let's talk about what Jigo Palffy said about Slafkovsky. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm so angry about it. So my problem with it, okay, let's start with what he said. He said a couple months ago that Slafkovsky was a mistake. He shouldn't go #1 overall, and Montreal is regretting it, and they don't want to admit that they made a mistake. This is what he said on the podcast, and he said, oh, I've seen a projection now that he would go like #10 at best. Well, I was trying to look for this projection. I haven't seen any projection like that. Everybody knows that draft 2022 was weakest and it missed a generational talent. Slafkovsky is a generational talent of Slovakia, but he's not a generational talent of the world. He's not Bedard, he's not Celebrini, he's not Schaefer. So we missed generational talent, and it was between Shane Wright and Slafkovsky. And Shane Wright is like 10 points behind Slafkovsky at this point of the season. Then there's Cooley, but it was never between Cooley and Slafkovsky. Slafkovsky was at the age of 17 was MVP of the Olympics and won bronze. Okay, while Wright was playing in the junior with kids. So who else was there? Of course, Cooley, but Cooley is a center, right? So Montreal needed a winger, so they took Slafkovsky. Or Wright, but they took Slafkovsky. Who else would be #1 instead of Slafkovsky? So for me, what amazes me in a very bad way is that you're such a legend, Jigo Palffy, you're Mr. Player. Like, we can, bow in front of him because he's incredible. He was an incredible hockey player. Everywhere he goes, everywhere he went, it's a legend, and he achieved so much in his life. But instead of supporting our one and only #1 overall draft pick in the NHL, maybe ever, he just tells yeah, he's a mistake, and Montreal doesn't want to admit that they made a mistake. By the way, mistake, and now you sign him for 60 million? Okay, because you don't want to admit you made a mistake? Okay, fine. I don't see the logic, but fine. Imagine Slafkovsky, right? Because Palffy is a legend for everybody. So now Slafkovsky is watching this interview and oh my God, I always wanted to be like him when we played behind the blocks, and we played hockey, and I was Palffy, and I score, and he's my idol. And now you see him saying, yeah, Slafkovsky was a mistake. He shouldn't go #1, Instead of saying there was no generational talent, so they went for Slafkovsky and he has a slow start, like every freaking Slovak player in the NHL ever, like Demitra. He played, Jesus Christ. Slafkovsky is playing in the NHL right after the draft, right? So he's 21, but he's already has 3 seasons in the NHL. Palffy didn't even play in the NHL at this point of his career. None of the Slovak players at the age of 19 played NHL. None of them, because they were never drafted so high and they never got this kind of chance so early, because of course overall draft pick always goes for the NHL. He doesn't go for the AHL. So they don't know how it is. They don't know what and how would they perform if they were 18 playing or 19 playing in the NHL. They don't know. Not even Palffy knows. He started his NHL season, I believe, when he was 23. So Slafkovsky is now so before him. Even though you can say, oh my God, Palffy is so much better player. You don't know yet, because Palffy didn't play the NHL at the age of 21 or 20 or 19. So you don't know how good of an NHL player he was at that age. I got you now. You gotta f***ing think. So instead of supporting players, so legends supporting our young guns, we say, no, he's a mistake, the guy is 21 years old. He has the freaking, everywhere you see in Slovakia, he's there. He's like a biggest celebrity. Everybody knows him. Everybody wants to take a picture with him. And now your idol, Palffy, because he's idol for every hockey player, millennial and whatever, is saying, you're a mistake, Juraj. You're a mistake. Wow. To me, that's a complete ignorance and stupidity and jealousy and envy. And of course, a lot of people in the comments will say, oh, who are you? You're fat, ugly bitch. Shut up. You don't know anything about hockey. No, I don't. But I don't care. I'm going to say it because it's true. And so many people of you are thinking that. but you don't want to say it. And I'm gonna say it because I'm so tired of Slovaks not supporting Slovaks, and you bitch on them instead of supporting them, and you're in the position of supporting them, but you don't. Why? Is it really like the envy is eating you up? The jealousy, you know, like, oh my God, he went #1 and I'm so much better player than him and I didn't go #1 and God damn it, I'm old and ugly and nobody likes me anymore. So I disagree with Zigmund Palffy. That's the point of the video. Let me know in the comments, what do you think, okay? Thank you. I'll see you next time.